Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for joining in this very important update here on price action of Bitcoin. As we can see guys, a lot of things has changed in the last couple of hours. President Trump pausing tariffs for 90 days has resulted in a massive change in the market, not just only in the traditional market but also in the crypto market. We are seeing a V-shaped type of recovery, but will it result in furthermore uptrend, or will it turn out into a fake out? Because if you look what happened with Nasdaq, what happened with S&P 500, what happened with Dow, we had a massive reversal. But what was even more interesting was the tweet he made before announcing the pause on tariffs. I mean, yesterday around 9:37 a.m. he tweeted, "This is a great time to buy." And few hours after that, "I have authorized a 90-day pause and a substantially lower reciprocal tariff during this period of 10%, also effective immediately." And this news brought a lot of changes in the market. I mean, around $3.5 trillion was added to the US stock market and also crypto. So what to expect next? Will it result in a continuation here to the upside, or will it result in a rally? And once things starts cooling down, price of Bitcoin is going to follow the original direction. Today I have prepared some charts which are pointing us what could be happening next. So before I jump into the content, I want you guys to do me a favor and destroy that like button. And guys, come on, let's try it one more time to reach 1,000 likes in this video. Thank you very much. Now, looking at this Bitcoin dominance chart, you can see Bitcoin dominance looks very strong, guys. The next area of confluence, if this continues, you can see the next area of confluence according to this Bitcoin dominance chart could be somewhere around 71 to 70%. Yes guys, right now the dominance is around 63.4%, but if this continues, if this scenario continues, you can see holding Bitcoin for the coming days could be more profitable than holding altcoins. I mean, Bitcoin looks like following this continuation pattern and also looks like heading towards the next area of confluence, which will bring the dominance around 70-71%. So if you are holding Bitcoin, a lot of good things could be coming next, because you can see the price after the news from President Trump is showing a V-shaped type of recovery. I mean, yesterday when the price of Bitcoin was free falling, we were expecting this bearish trend to continue, but after the news, we had a massive daily candle. I mean, Bitcoin jumped all the way in a single day. 74 was the lowest point and the highest was around 83,000. So you can see guys, we had a massive move. So if this continues, what must the price do in the immediate short term? The price of Bitcoin must overcome the resistance. Yes guys, the resistance from this falling trend line or the descending broadening wedge upper trend line. And once the price flips this into support, you can see the upcoming days for Bitcoin could look very bullish. Yes guys, once the price overcomes the resistance now which we have from this falling trend line or the upper trend line from the descending broadening wedge, things could look very bullish for Bitcoin. And why this makes sense? Because right now it's not just only the upper trend line from the descending broadening wedge stopping us or holding us, but also the resistance from this Williams alligator indicator. During downtrend, this trend line acts as resistance. During uptrend, this trend line acts as support. So in our case, since this is a downtrend, you can see we are facing resistance on this Williams alligator indicator. But once this key trend line gets broken, there is a very high possibility of price also breaking out from this Williams alligator indicator and turning this into a bullish crossover in this manner. I mean, green line appearing at the top, blue line at the bottom. And why after breaking out of this key trend line, the price could be starting with another continuation? Because parallelly, we might be also re-entering inside this April CPR. This is a descending CPR which only gets formed during downtrend. So that's why we were expecting the price of Bitcoin to show a continuation to the downside. There's the target from this monthly S1 line, which it did. You can see right after testing the support on this monthly S1 line, price started with a new uptrend. But if we look at it carefully, this is exactly where we ended this uptrend as well. I mean, the lower trend line from this CPR trend line will be looked as resistance along with the resistance from this falling trend line or even the Williams alligator indicator. Yes guys, if the price finds support above this falling trend line, breaks out of this Williams alligator indicator, then there is a very high possibility of price finding support above this April CPI line. And if that happens, right, I mean, if the price finds support above this 86,000, the upcoming days for Bitcoin will turn very bullish, and Bitcoin will be also heading towards the first bullish target for the month of April, which sits around 92,800. Yes, guys, once we flip this resistance, CPI resistance, Williams alligator indicator resistance, and the resistance from the descending broad range into support, the upcoming days for Bitcoin will turn very bullish. Bullish because price parallelly is also following another continuation, a bullish continuation known as double bottom. This here was our first bottom. This is our second bottom. The price has also broke out of the neckline, and you know, breaking out of the neckline usually results in a bullish move during a double bottom formation. So in our case, we have already broken out of the neckline, and just like I shown you an example, Bitcoin also could be showing more sideways movement, even a small pullback, and at the end head higher. So what I want you guys to do is to wait until we break out of this key resistance from the descending broadening wedge, Williams alligator indicator, and our most important indicator, CPI indicator. Yes, guys, once we find support above this trend line, this bullish continuation pattern will start playing out, because we are aware this continuation will also line up perfectly. I mean, in the past price action, whenever the price of Bitcoin has found proper support over this 50 exponential moving average, it has resulted in a very bullish move. And now this also looks like a bottom. I mean, after the news from President Trump, right, this might be the bottom for Bitcoin, and we might be preparing ourselves for a continuation which might look somehow like this. So looking into different time frame, Bitcoin does looks like preparing itself for a continuation which could be bullish for the upcoming days. Yes, you heard that correctly, guys. After the news from President Trump, after the announcement from President Trump, now things are turning from bearish to bullish. And once the price overcomes the resistance from this falling trend line, resistance from this Williams alligator indicator, and the most important resistance from the CPI trend line, then you can see there is a very high possibility breaking this resistance line as well. I mean, this is in a weekly time frame. This is a falling wedge. Falling wedge is a bullish continuation pattern. So if the price manages to come across this trend line or 86,000, the upcoming days for Bitcoin will look very bullish. Yes, you heard that correctly, guys. Once we overcome the resistance from this Williams alligator indicator, CPI indicator, and the falling trend line from the descending broadening wedge, the upcoming days for Bitcoin actually looks very bullish. And in the medium short term, even if it fails, right, even if the price takes a little bit longer to break out of this key trend line, do not panic. We are already above 80,000, and simply remaining above 80,000 means we will be preparing ourselves for another bullish continuation. So these were some of the quick updates that I wanted to share with you in this video. If you enjoyed my work, then please, guys, do not hesitate to destroy that like button. And to those individuals watching this for the first time, to hit that subscribe button. And by saying this, I'm signing out until next time. Bye-bye.